You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack?
Yes, sir.
She's probably going to bring up the fact that we experimented with crack cocaine in earlier years, okay? But yes, I'm no angel, and I've made bad decisions, but so is she.
How long were you all crackheads?
Well, the Chicago Sky organization has just proven again that they are not a serious organization. They are to not be taken serious, okay, because they are all baseheads, okay? So it's been kind of like breaking news. I'm on SI. I don't think this is Sports Illustrated, but it's been reported in the news all over social media, Twitter, Reddit, and on some reputable articles such as the Chicago Tribune that the Chicago Sky organization, okay, guys, they are now eyeing the freaking former head coach of the Los Angeles Sparks, being Curt Miller, as the new head coach for Chicago Sky. Why? Let me read you the article. So the article is titled, Chicago Sky fans roast team after new head coach report surfaces, and with good reasoning. It says much of the women's basketball community was surprised when the Chicago Sky announced the firing of first-year head coach Teresa Weatherspoon after the end of their 2024 season. Says the intrigue around this decision turned into fascination once the Chicago Sun-Times reporter Annie Castabao revealed in an October 9 article that, according to league sources, Weatherspoon had lost the locker room because of a culture that catered to the needs of a few players. Says regardless of why Weatherspoon was fired or how select members of the Sky felt about it, the bottom line is that the Sky are now seeking a new head coach for the 2025 WNBA season. While many members of Chicago's fan base have expressed a desire for Chicago to pursue current Connecticut Sun head coach Stephanie White, I wouldn't mind that at all. Okay, she used to be the assistant coach of the Chicago Sky, Miss Stephanie White. Says an October 15 article from Castabao conveyed that another coach can be considered a current frontrunner for the Sky's lead job. Says according to multiple league sources, the Sky have shown interest in former Sparks coach Curt Miller with preliminary discussions occurring between the two parties, Castabao wrote. Says Miller, 56, is one of the most accomplished coaches in the WNBA with a 165 to 141 overall record. It's not good. It says 6 straight postseason appearances with the Sun and 2 Coach of the Year awards. I guess he got some, positives, but again, to me, it's not a good fit. It says Miller was the Los Angeles Sparks head coach last season, but the two parties mutually parted ways after Los Angeles finished with a league worst 8-32 record. The Sky fans don't seem too happy and seem to be happy about the franchise targeting Miller. This is some tweets. So Sky organization is so unserious. Curt Miller, laughing emojis, some tweets. This another fan noted, if the Sky hire Curt Miller, I'm going to be so effing mad. Yes, even more mad than I have been. Oh my God, F you, Jeff Pagliacca. Says, I will throw eggs at everybody in the front office if y'all hire Curt Miller. Be so for real at Chicago Sky. Says time will tell whether Miller ends up coaching Chicago Sky in the next season. And I believe it's a setup. It's like this. It's not good for the Chicago Sky to have Curt Miller as their head coach, and it probably wouldn't be good. It wouldn't work out as well for Curt Miller to be the head coach of Chicago Sky. One, again, like he just got fired. They talking about they mutually parted ways. Let's keep it real. The man got fired from Los Angeles Sparks, that head coach position, because again they had a terrible record, 8-32. Okay, they were dead last. Okay, for a long time for the majority of the season. I think they finished dead last. They were ranked number 12 in the seed in the power rankings of the WNBA. The Los Angeles Sparks suck. Okay, we all know this. So for them to go ahead and hire a coach who has been fired from his previous job as a head coach because he couldn't cut the mustard, he couldn't get those W's, he couldn't get those wins, he couldn't clinch a playoff season spot or playoff spot. Why would we then hire this man? Again, a lot of people say, well, it's just a player saying, like, it's some bums on the freaking Los Angeles Sparks, but then again, it's some bums on the Chicago Sky. He couldn't motivate and inspire the bums on the Sparks. How can we trust him to motivate and inspire the bums on the Sky? Okay, the rookies and the veterans. And like another thing, also like the Chicago Sky literally just threw Teresa Weatherspoon under the bus. Okay, they pretty much just chewed that woman up and spit her out, put it out on her face after one failed season. A lot of people will say that, well, it really wasn't truly a failed season because, again, she was able to have the team rank up in the power rankings, right? Hit number 8, but then, again, we did fall. We didn't even make the playoff spot. We couldn't get into the playoffs. The Atlanta Dream came in and took that away from us. So it's like if Curt Miller was to enter a contract with the Chicago Sky, as soon as he doesn't perform or, he doesn't meet those expectations of the Chicago Sky organization, which is to win, right? Let's be honest, that's the expectation of all the teams. As soon as he fails, he needs to have it in writing that, hey, you can't just throw me under the bus and fire me and throw me out in my face after, say, one failed season, or if we don't make it to the playoffs, the semifinals, the finals, because again, that's exactly what happened to Reese Witherspoon. But also, again, like this, Chicago Sky is not a serious organization. They were literally having memes the other day I saw on Twitter. They was like, they were speculating. They said, who's going to be Chicago Sky's next head coach? Somebody, why am I going to wonder? Somebody had the nerve to say Dana Evans. It said Dana Evans should coach the Chicago Sky. Obviously, it was like a joke, but it was hilarious. Okay, that was ridiculous. I'm like, they just picking random people who should be the next head coach of Chicago Sky, and some fool had the nerve to say Dana Evans. Like, you know what? You dead wrong. You dead wrong. So y'all comment down below y'all thoughts about this whole situation. And another thing, somebody had mentioned, I didn't even know it was beef. Okay, they said if the Chicago Sky were to hire Curt Miller as the head coach, they said Kennedy Carter wouldn't stay. So again, Kennedy Carter used to play for Atlanta Dream and Los Angeles Sparks. I believe she was under Curt Miller at the Sparks. Apparently, again, according to the streets on the internet, the streets, Twitter, the curb, word on the curb, I guess they didn't see eye to eye. Maybe they had some spats here and there. He couldn't coach her. She didn't like his coaching style. So it's like they said if he becomes the head coach of Chicago Sky, Kennedy Carter is going to leave. Again, like we can't afford, guys. Chicago, you can't afford to keep letting these talented players, these talented women, we can't afford to allow these talented players, all these talented women to just continue to leave, okay? Again, it's too many women. Marina Mabrey left, Alicia Fowles, so many, just it's a countless amount of women who have left the Chicago Sky organization, Clea Copper, and so on and so forth, because the coaching, the playing style, the front office, right, the entire organization is raggedy. And let's be honest, Kennedy Carter is the lead scorer of the Chicago Sky. We cannot afford to lose her. Guys, in my opinion, he seemed like a nice man. He was the first openly gay man coach in the WNBA. Again, I like it. I love his style, but no. To me, no. Again, I did a video about this about a week or so ago. I suggested Sydney Carter. I'm going to keep doing my research, okay, on a coach that we can possibly afford, right? Of course, I want Kim Malkin. Of course, I want Dawn Staley. Let's be real. They're not leaving college coaching jobs, making multi-millions of dollars per year to make maybe like $500K a year, coaching the raggedy ass Chicago Sky organization. Okay, let's just be real. So again, guys, just comment down below your suggestions, your thoughts. Who do you think should be the next head coach of Chicago Sky? Do you believe Curt Miller could be a fit? Why or why not? Comment down below.